Welcome back, one and all, to Random Gaming Ninja. We're starting off our 7 Days to Die series on the Xbox One. We're having to take a break from Dead Island Riptide due to some unfortunate circumstance. And speaking of unfortunate circumstance, I had to start over my save file on 7 Days to Die because when the game updated, my old save file completely deleted an entire portion of my trap base that I had. So we've started fresh. Here's our new temporary shelter with all of our different storage chests, random tools for crafting and tools for using on gathering loot. We have our food chest, ammo types, and this is for when we get the forge. Weapons, weapon parts. This will be for fully crafted weapons as well, I believe, or also weapon parts because I tend to get a lot of those from airdrops. We have our medical chest, and this is our valuables chest for when we visit the shop, or trader, right, also known as the trader. So we're going to leave our temporary shelter. This is day 7, so you know what that means. Time to get ready for the horde. You'll see me crouching every once in a while just to see if I'm hunted by zombies. My most hated type of zombie is the ones that can run. Examples would be feral zombies and zombie dogs. I hate them. I don't like zombies that can run. I am a sissy ninny when it comes to that type of zombie. The Random Ninja does not usually shy away from such things, but let's face it, when you've got a very dangerous monster running at you at full speed, you tend to make more mistakes than usual. I know I have a giant cornfield over there. I'm not in the mood for using up all my resources to make better food items out of the corn that I can loot from the fields. But we're gonna have to focus up and pay all our attention to setting traps and preparing for the horde the very first 7th night. I figured it would be appropriate to start off the series. I was going to start off the series with my save file that was 72 days in, but due to the most recent update for the Xbox One console, we have had no choice but to delete that save file and start fresh. And let me tell you how frustrating it's been. Finding a cooking pot, I was almost taken out by a bear. Regular bear, not a zombie bear. But such is life. And so we will continue forward with all due haste in order to prepare ourselves for the worst. And I may not have as many guns in this save file, but that's alright. It's only the first horde. I don't think we have to worry too much, considering I have the difficulty at the lowest setting. I don't think I'll be playing any save files with a higher difficulty setting anytime soon, until I can up my skill level, that is. But here's what we're rolling with right now. We've got wooden bow, iron reinforced club, bone shiv, Got some painkillers, antibiotics, first aid, bandages for when we're bleeding. We finally have some bottled water. Let me tell you, that took forever just to get our hands on. And we're going to need a lot more wood if we plan on making a stand in this temporary shelter. Lucky for us, we are surrounded by resources. I enjoy chrysanthemum because you can make red tea with it, and red tea is invaluable just as much as goldenrod tea is, for if and when you have no choice but to drink bottled murky water, which gives your character dysentery. And dysentery is no fun. It lowers your stamina, makes things a lot more difficult, especially if you're surrounded by a wandering horde. Unfortunate we don't have the Alpha 17 update, which is only available on PC, I assume. Gonna need a lot more small stones if we plan on keeping up on usual needs. Necessities can be such a hindrance. And if this map is anything like our previous map, then further up the road we should have a neighborhood somewhere over here. That's where I had set up shop previously. Or rather, perhaps it's down here where I found an actual neighborhood. And the last time in my previous save file, there was a hospital in this primary neighborhood, if that is in fact the same map. We're playing the Navasgain map, which I don't know how much it changes each time you load it in on console. I know that you can do a random gen or randomly generated map, and we have a save file with a randomly generated map. I already have the mini bike and lots of resources, so if you'd like to see that, be sure to leave it down in the comments below. I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of my original subscribers, and welcome all new subscribers. Welcome to the Random Ninja Clan. We're happy to have you. So let's make the best of our survival skills and try and prepare for the Day 7 Horde. I'm not a huge fan of massive hordes, but I am a fan of zombie killing, which is why I love games like this and Dead Island Riptide and the original Dead Island. You know, for having a pretty strong internet signal and really sweet console, this thing lags way too often. I cannot even begin to describe my frustration level. Like, I can understand a game that lags out every once in a while if you move too quickly, but it just happens way too often. But enough frustrations for now. We've got to focus up. We've only got 4,000 wood. Let's go to tools and traps and see what kind of log spikes we need. Now, I know that I prefer wood spikes, but due to only needing 20 pieces of wood per log spike, I prefer the log spike. Even though the other spike trap provides more area damage over time, the log spike provides pretty much the same adequate amount of damage without having to cost so much in the way of resources. A little bit of deforestation going on, but thank goodness it's only a virtual world instead of a real world, because I do not approve of real world deforestation. In case any of you individuals who happen to be a part of a wood logging company, I don't necessarily dislike you, but I certainly don't favor that type of employment, specifically because plants give oxygen for free. So how would you like it if you were providing something for free and then, like the zombies or vampires, for example? They need human blood to sustain themselves. I'm sure you wouldn't appreciate it if you were giving them blood for free, but then they just decide to turn us all into a cattle-like, configuration. Just harvest us all and keep us under lock and key so that we can't live a normal life. I'm sure you wouldn't appreciate being treated like a cow, like the way we treat cows and chickens, just harvesting them for what they give us in life. But that's all political standpoints that are highly debatable, human survivability and all that. I get it. We like to prolong ourselves as a species. But many individuals, including Stephen Hawking, have said that things are getting out of hand, human population's getting out of hand. We must find a way to continue existing properly. Now, I'm not talking about creating a purge world or anything like that. And I'm sure we probably won't be able to find a planet to survive on, should the worst come to worse, on planet Earth. I have no clue what's out beyond the stars. I've witnessed only a certain amount of things in my lifetime that I will not get into great detail about unless you happen to bring that into the comment section properly. Ask the right questions, I'll give you my answer. But enough is enough with all this political talk and standpoints of human survivability talk. The simple fact is, if we don't rely on positive energy and find creative solutions to sustain the human race, I can definitely tell you without a shadow of any doubt that humans as a species, the future doesn't look exactly bright for all of us. But I believe in positive energy. I may not have a whole lot of faith in the human race, but I believe in the positive energy that we all hold inside of us. So I believe that we can make things work out in the future, so long as we have courage and be kind to one another. Not a lot of people would agree with that point of view, but I don't really care for them. Not many of you may know this about me, but I really do disfavor many within my own species, that being the human race. I do appreciate us as a species being able to be so creative and entertaining in ways such as comedy, but there are very negative aspects about the human race that I highly disfavor. So that is why I don't like our species, despite the fact that I am a human. You'll have to forgive me and my opinion. I'm only one of our kind, and my opinion counts for very little when it comes to the great debate of specific subjects like survivability and other aspects that have already been talked about. Let's not go round and round in circles. It's time for today's positive message. Myself included, no matter what people say or do, always rely on your own inner light. That's correct. You heard me right. Inner light. It exists. It may not have a physical form that you can see, but it's there. In fact, those who have dedicated their lives to training in specific fields like Tai Chi, like Kung Fu, and specific types of martial arts, there have been masters who can see things with their eyes, whether they're opened or closed. They can see the basis of energies. You may not know them by name, and I might not know them by name, but they're out there, and they are able to see these things. I myself may not have witnessed this inner light that I speak of, but it's there. I have felt it. I have practiced with it. And on a more important note, there is a counterpart to inner light, known as the inner darkness, that exists inside of every last single human on this planet, whether it be a newly born infant or the eldest elder of any given part of our world. The inner light and the inner darkness exists. That is what I believe in. That is what I feel and what I see in my every daily life. Each day, with each breath, with each move that I make, with each choice that I take. It moves with us, existing at our side, whether we like it or not. I may not have any definitive way to prove this, mind you. However, I believe in it so thoroughly, quite simply because I have witnessed it in very minute portions. And that is why I believe in it so heavily. I might not be able to convince anyone else of it, but that is hardly beside the point. I have felt my own inner darkness. I have given in to my own inner darkness. And I am not proud of those past situations where the darkness took advantage and caused me to make poor choices. And that is why I encourage each and every one whom watches my channel to believe in your inner light. Balance your inner darkness with that light. Make positive choices. Believe in yourselves. When you watch the yin-yang symbol, you see that the white and the black mix together in equal portions. It is very similar to the light and the darkness that I believe in. And its principle is almost on the exact same basis of what I believe in. Some people believe in faith. Some people have religion, believing in their own type of deity or God or what have you. And I cannot down on people for having that type of faith. But I also pay close attention to details. So I myself have fallen away from religion or faith in that aspect, having simply observed simple things that disallow me to believe in such things. That is my own personal standpoint, and should not hold bearing on any one of you. Believe in what you believe in, whether it's yourself or others, or something that you cannot see, like the childhood depiction of Santa Claus. Regardless of whether or not he's real, I can't prove it, you can't prove it, but for all we know, that individual may very well exist. I know that sounds foolish and childish. However, when you pay close enough attention to things, close enough attention to details, there is some truth behind things that are said. To quote a rather semi-popular movie, legends are lessons. They ring with truths. And truth can be a very powerful thing. Now then, enough of that. We have spread our positive message as best we could. Take it how you will. Leave your questions and comments down below in the comments section. And remember to keep it positive, people. We're not here to make a mockery out of other individuals or their lives. We're not here to down on people or to make anyone feel worse about anything in their life. We are here to lift other people up out of the darkness. Life has much in it. Much darkness, much sadness, much negative energy. To balance out that energy, I beg of you, choose your own inner light and rise up out of the darkness that surrounds us. Back to the game, shall we? 7 Days to Die, one of my more favorite zombie games. Or as some people would call it, the zombie version of a Minecraft-style-like game. Hardly. Everything in Minecraft is based around pixels and square objects. There are some rounded features to it, like the snowball, but I must agree on the simple fact of how square-like it can be. I do enjoy that game, so I'm not going to down on it in any way, shape, or form. I have enjoyed that game. And I don't think that you can grow out of games like that. They grow on you, like a fungus. They can be fun. Make them as fun as you can. Pixel art is huge. I have a friend from work who does pixel art on Minecraft, and though I hope he forgives me for forgetting his Twitch streaming name or his online recording name, but I will look back into that in order to do him justice and spread his name properly so that he also can become recognized for the art form that he is talented in. Just as I am talented in my own ways, so are the rest of you. Whether you watch this channel or not, everyone has their own talent. Whether you've discovered it or not, it's in there, rattling around in your own brain. If only you have the patience to look. So, back to the 7 Days to Die aspect. I'm not sure if I've already mentioned this. I'm certain that I have. There is a YouTuber known as Starsnipe, and he has done quite a lot on 7 Days to Die, currently showcasing the Alpha 17 update. There is also another individual called the Grand Spartan, or Grand Spartan. I might have butchered his name a little bit, but Grand Spartan. I enjoy some of his content as well. And I don't know if any of you have seen the Let's Play series, or Rooster Teeth, or what are they called? Achievement Hunter. That's the people I'm trying to bring up. Achievement Hunter is one of my more favorite channels that I have in mind. I've enjoyed a number of their series. They've done quite a bit on 7 Days to Die as well, so gotta give them props as well. And I also enjoy their GTA 5 series, at least the Overtime Rumble or Overtime Shootout. That is one of my favorite game modes in GTA 5, although nobody really plays it anymore, which makes me very sad, because it is highly favorable as a play style. You can either take turns or go at the same time, depending on the game mode or the map that you've chosen. And as usual, I've forgotten to say, content warning, blood, gore, violence, zombie killing. So if you're of the inappropriate age group, or your parents do not allow you to watch this type of content, please do not continue watching unless you have permission. More bottled water, a wooden club that I'd care nothing for. Okay, moving forward. We're not hunted, so that's good news. Fertilizer, that'll be good down the line. Wait, what just happened? No room in queue. Ah, yes, I am still crafting. That is why. Let's grab these empty cans. I always like having iron around. It's a very nice resource to have. Especially once you have the forge and you're making forged iron and other type of valuable materials, good for construction and whatnot. You can then use your access iron to make scrap iron spikes and other valuable materials like the spiked club, which is much better than the iron reinforced club. I don't know why, but sometimes I feel like I run faster with a knife out. But that also makes me feel like I'm Legion from Dead by Daylight. Especially when I have the actual hunting knife out. Ooh, we found the desert biome. Good, 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 good. I love the desert biome for the simple fact of it has yucca plants. I love the name, yucca plant. Hilarious. Lol, smiley face, emoji. Now then, where was I? Yes. We are getting ready for the Day 7 Horde when midnight gets closer. Now, it might be a bit lackluster, but walking zombies really are favorable for me and favorable for recording, at least in my eyes, so that way you're not overwhelmed and overstimulated by a bunch of running zombies. Must always remember to pick up things like chrysanthemum and goldenrod. Eventually I'll start up a farm, but not yet. Right now we're just focused on getting past the Day 7 Horde. Take that, you foul zombie! I smite thee! If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit that like button with your ninja star. Where'd you go? I missed. Oh, there you are. Stay down. No? Ouch! That's not very nice. Ooh, I'm still being hunted. Nothing. Okay, moving on. We can focus on zombies later. Let's get back on the main road, because I'm pretty sure being on a path or a road helps your character to move a little bit faster. I might be mistaken about that. Don't quote me on that. Please. And thank you. I leave items like the yellow damaged vehicles, any color damaged vehicle, carcasses. Well, actually, this adds to the heat map, as far as I've been told. So let's get rid of that. And since our bone shiv is so low on the scale of... still no room in the queue. Right, since it was such low health, we will delete that. Oh, we're not even at the house yet. Okay, let's keep going. So if you have friends or fellow YouTubers that don't know about the Random Ninja and our Random Ninja clan, be sure to let them know, especially if you enjoy the content. Let's spread that positive energy as far as we can to every corner of this globe, or planet, whatever you want to call it. We're still undetected. Nice. Am I finished crafting? Thank goodness. I was really beginning to bother. Let's make another bone shiv. Drop things we don't need. Nice. Let's get back to the house and start bolstering our defenses. I found this radio tower, and I have made this into a shelter on previous save files, but I find it to be more of a cage than an actual defensible spot. Because once they break in, it's pretty much like shooting fish in a barrel, as the old saying goes. Although if you did shoot into a barrel, bullets don't penetrate very far into water, so you'd only kill any fish that happen to be swimming at the surface. Let's take some of these wood log spikes and get to work. Let's take this torch and clean up the front yard, shall we? These spikes were already here when I got here, so... Oh, right, let's upgrade the stairs. There we go. I'm not detected, but I like to stay crouched when I'm working like this. Sometimes I don't hear the footsteps because of my own footsteps. Now then, cleaning up the front yard. I love the torch for the simple fact that it doesn't have a meter that shows you how much life it has left, which means it's invincible. It doesn't have the best damage rate for zombies. However, it has a random chance of lighting them on fire, which can be beneficial in a pinch. If you only happen to have a torch on you and your other weapons are low on, health, be sure to switch to that, and it will never wear out. Although if you do happen to get killed, it will drop from your tool belt or your backpack, whatever your options are in the modded options page on console. We are past the half-hour mark, but we will continue to play for a while longer because we have the Horde coming. So we'll end this video just before the Horde, and I'll do a second recording right after this. So let's just get to bolstering our defense, and that way we can have a secondary recording. That way you guys don't have to watch forever and ever just trying to get to the main event. Come on. Hitboxes these days. Bird's nest. Sweet. Unfortunately, I can't leave you here because I've got defenses to make. I didn't know that bird nests gave plant fibers, but oh well. Good for me. I like having extra plant fibers around, simply for crafting. One small difference between Starsnipe and myself is I don't like having a full inventory. In the Alpha 17 version, you have the over-encumbered section down here, unless you've upgraded your character. And he, more often than not, carries around unnecessary items, unless he's on a mission of some kind, like a pilgrimage or heading for a shop, a trader, whatever you want to call them, the individuals that buy and sell stuff. I'll keep the cloth fragments. Normally I don't care for cloth fragments, but sometimes you just can't do without them. I like having them because you can craft up bandages, which are good for stopping your character from bleeding out to death, especially when you're going up against zombie dogs. Alright, well, I'm sure you don't want to have to watch me place these log spikes forever and ever. So we'll stop the recording right here for now, and we'll get back to this. So, for now, I will bid you all farewell. let me not forget my usual outro. And be sure to stay positive and awesome like a ninja. I will see you all in the next video. Farewell.